Naresh. Naresh, can we start with Vasala? Vasala she's back, and yeah.
Sir, actually my internet is a bit unstable, so if you don't mind, I have to switch on my camera.
Don't switch on your camera, okay? Just yeah, Naresh, yeah. Let's go back to her. This thing. This was
Sir, I had read one answer, but I couldn't hear any of the comments on it.
Okay. Anyway, I'll go through. I'll take you through those points after you finish reading your this thing. So yeah. So read yours this thing and the answer.
Okay, sir. James was the poet and patron of Rene Magritte. He commissioned his artwork and is also in this painting, although his face is not visible. Interestingly, Magritte depicted the book on the mantelpiece correctly, but the man who faces the mirror cannot see his face. I feel Magritte also hints at the multiplicity of personas and the fakeness of the human encounter with even one's own self. The painting is photorealistic. The sepia tones make it dramatic, even cinematic. The gilt frame of the mirror adds a luxurious and cold feel to the painting, and it also creates leading lines that draw our attention towards James.
Okay, this is a good interpretation. Okay, the painting is photorealistic. Okay, photorealistic matlab is very, very realistic in terms of the composition, the features and everything. Okay, but it is also at the same time not realistic. Okay, the sepia tones make it dramatic, even cinematic. The gilt frame of the mirror adds a luxurious and cold feel to the painting, and it also creates leading lines that draw attention towards James. Leading lines, okay. Okay, this is fair enough. This is your interpretation. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So can I ask one question, sir?
Bolo.
Sir, like Naresh was saying that, you know, there are a lot of interpretations of paintings because it is a piece of art. So anybody can have any kind of interpretation. But अगर exam में ऐसा कुछ आता है, a painting about which I don't know anything, and if I interpret it in my own way, and if it does not agree with the examiner's interpretation, will it go against me?
But still, it is your. You got my point. I will have my interpretation, you will have your interpretation, and third person may have a different interpretation. But ये लाल बिंदी वाला जो theory था कि भाई वो पिकासो को लाल बिंदी दिख गई, that was too much. वो फिल्मी है पूरा का.
No, उतना तुम देखो, मतलब we can, an examiner can understand the genuineness or the fakeness of an answer. ठीक है ना? तुम अगर एक आंसर दे रहे हो तो तुम्हारे वो पेंटिंग के बारे में कोई नॉलेज नहीं है, तुम्हें वो पेंटिंग क्यूबिज्म वाला है या सूरियलिज्म वाला है, दादाइज्म वाला है, वो कॉन्टेक्स्ट तुम्हें पता नहीं है, या तुम्हें ये मूवमेंट्स के बारे में भी पता नहीं है, तो तुमने फिर भी तुम कोशिश कर रहे हो कि तुम्हारा जो रीडिंग ऑफ द पेंटिंग जो है तुम वो लिखने का कोशिश कर रहे हो, एक्सप्लेन करने का कोशिश कर. Naturally, you know, if it's a surrealist painting and you're not aware that it's a surrealist painting, you're not aware there's something called a surrealist movement. Okay, अगर तुम्हें पता रहता, अगर यहाँ there's something called a surrealism movement, maybe मुझे लगता है ये पेंटिंग थोड़ा सा surrealism के इन्फ्लुएंस है, तो तुम्हारा इंटरप्रिटेशन थोड़ा सा और भी, the English word that we used would have been a little informed. You know, informed मतलब थोड़ा सा knowledgeable जैसे बोलते हैं हम लोग. ठीक है, अगर तुम्हारे तुमको surrealism के बारे में बिल्कुल ही पता नहीं है, ठीक है, you have never heard of the word, but you are trying your best to read into the image, so your reading may not be, again I'm using the word, your reading may not be informed. Okay, but the examiner will understand कि ये बंदा जो है वो कोशिश कर रहा है और जेन्युइन तरीके से कोशिश कर रहा है कि अपने हिसाब से वो ये पिक्चर को इंटरप्रेट कर रहा है. So of course that is definitely appreciable. Okay, but you cannot go off the mark, like even if it's your
Right,
own
sir.
interpretation. ऐसा नहीं कि जैसे परिणीता ने किया, जो नरेशन एग्जांपल दे रहा है, लाल बिंदी, देखो लाल बिंदी married woman सिंदूर वगैरह, तो she did not mention सिंदूर, it's a purely Hindu women का एक characteristic है. Even Muslim women don't wear bindis, for Christians don't wear bindis. I mean, they can wear, of course. I mean, nobody's stopping them, but culturally we don't see, we don't observe कि a non-Hindu woman wearing a bindi. और ये तो पिकासो का पेंटिंग है.
मैं I'll just interrupt in between. मैं ये नहीं कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि हिंदुइज्म या इंडियन स्टोरीज या इंडियन माइथोलॉजीज और इंडिया is not being quoted by many people. I can pinpoint for 2 hours at least 20 European film in which India specific things are being quoted. For example, गोदार्ड का फिल्म है कंटेम्प्ट, जिसके अंदर वो एक सिचुएशन है, वहां पर वो लड़की को छेड़ता है और वो उसको बोलता है टेल यू एनेक्डोट, और वहां पर वो रामकृष्ण परमहंस का एपिसोड डिस्क्राइब करता है. रामकृष्ण परमहंस बाय गोदार्ड. बात समझ रहे हो तुम? तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि इंडिया में बहुत कुछ नहीं हुआ है जिसको लोग कोट नहीं करते हैं, बट ये जो इंटरप्रिटेशन है लाल बिंदी वाला, दिस इज लिटिल टू मच. फिल्मी लग रहा है.
उतना एक्सट्रीम में मत जाओ. लेकिन देखो, I was quite amused by Parinita's interpretation कि the image is that of a married woman whose marriage has failed, and that is what the. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
This is our own projection into the painting. One day I will also.
I appreciate that. I'll give her marks also. ठीक है ना? हाँ, लेकिन वो लाल बिंदी वाला जो एक लाइन था, वो थोड़ा सा too much हो गया. मैं वही बोलने का कोशिश करूँ, बोलने का कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. So वो तुम्हारा जो आंसर रहेगा, which is purely personal, which is not informed, okay, should have some kind of a honesty. Honesty दिखाई देता है और fakeness भी दिखाई देता है. So बहुत लोग हैं, बहुत स्मार्ट बनने का कोशिश करते हैं, so वो पकड़ा जाता है. देखो, हम लोग बुढ़ा हो गए हैं. एग्जामिनर्स हम लोग इतना जिंदगी देखे हैं कि हम लोग सब कुछ देख चुके हैं, तो very difficult to fool us. I'm not saying we are knowledgeable in everything, ऐसा भी नहीं है, लेकिन we can understand. Okay, yeah.
Got your point, sir.
सर
बोलो.
जब मैंने तब वहाँ क्यूबिज्म और पिकासो वहाँ के पेंटिंग ऐसे थे, इंडिया में तब पेंटिंग के क्या माने कब क्या चल रहा था, कब से क्या सिचुएशन था?
That's a lot of difference. इंडिया का हिस्टोरिकल पेंटिंग में बहुत लंबा चौड़ा चक्करबाजी है, तो यहाँ पर भी जो है मतलब मिनिएचर हुआ है अकबर के टाइम में, वो सब चीजें. तो we will not get into that right now because we wanted to focus on that. Let's concentrate on more on the European history.
देखो, लेकिन परिणीता, तुमने जो क्वेश्चन अभी किया ना, ये बहुत ही रेलेवेंट क्वेश्चन है. ये थोड़ा जानकारी कर लो. मतलब जब मैं सिर्फ छोटा सा दो चीज मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ. तुम इंडियन पेंटिंग्स का जो ट्रेडिशन है, हम लोग बोलते हैं मिनिएचर पेंटिंग्स, मुगल मिनिएचर पेंटिंग्स या राजस्थानी मिनिएचर पेंट, कश्मीरी मिनिएचर पेंटिंग्स. तुम जो वो पेंटिंग्स देखोगे अभी सोशल मीडिया के जमाने में, तुम्हें भी अक्सर मिल जाएगा. तुम एक चीज तुम देखोगे कि दोस पेंटिंग्स लैक द सेंस ऑफ पर्सपेक्टिव. फोरग्राउंड वाला जो एलिमेंट है और बैकग्राउंड और मिडग्राउंड वाला जो एलिमेंट है, मोर और लेस दे आर ऑफ द सेम साइज. ठीक है ना? So the Indian miniature paintings lacked a sense of perspective. Does not mean कि it's a negative thing. That is a characteristic of Indian miniature painting. क्योंकि Britishers लोग जब इंडिया में आए थे, they used to criticize Indian miniature paintings के ये लोग फालतू पेंटर्स हैं, इन लोग का सेंस ऑफ पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं है. वो गलत है. सेंस ऑफ पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं रहना इज अ स्पेशल फीचर ऑफ इंडियन मिनिएचर पेंटिंग्स. ओके, इट इज वन ऑफ, देखो अभी ब्रिटिशर्स लोग काफी सारे आर्ट स्कूल्स दे एस्टैब्लिश्ड, जैसे कि बम्बई में, बड़ौदा में, कलकत्ता में. Okay, Bombay में JJ School of Art, of course it was JJ School of Art established by a Parsi. Okay, when they started studying Western art. Okay, and this famous guy painter called Raja Ravi Verma ka paintings agar tum dekhoge for the first time, these guys were heavily influenced by the Western tradition of realist paintings. So Raja Ravi Verma ka painting agar tum dekhoge, the mythological paintings, gods and women and all, they're very very realistic. Raja Ravi Verma is the first guy, the first painter who gave an appearance to Hindu gods and goddesses. Yeah, that is of course purely his imagination. The Hindu gods and goddesses look like ordinary human beings. and that's, but the paintings were very, very, so it was an influence of the Western realist school. ठीक है. So ये भी तुम्हें जानकारी करना जरूरी है. तो अभी जो हमारे पास टाइम है till 19th December जब एग्जाम्स है, अगर हो सके तो तुम जरा इसमें भी ये कर लो, नॉलेज गैदर कर लो. ठीक है ना. इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ पेंटिंग्स, डिफरेंट स्कूल्स स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द मिनिएचर पेंटिंग्स. ठीक है. ओके.
जी सर.
या
सर तब मुरल पेंटिंग्स ये सब हो
हाँ,
गया
मिरल
ना?
देखो,
I mean,
मुरल पेंटिंग,
cubism
फोक
या सब
पेंटिंग, मधुबनी पेंटिंग, बिहार का मधुबनी पेंटिंग which was discovered as recently as the late 1960s and that too it was discovered accidentally. ठीक है ना. सो ये सब के बारे में नॉलेज रहना बहुत जरूरी है. ओके. फोक पेंटिंग तो है हर गांव में, हर रीजन में यू विल गेट फोक पेंटिंग्स, फोक थिएटर, फोक कल्चर which is so dominant in Indian civilization. ठीक है. And of course the modern painters, Amrita Shergill, etc. etc. ठीक है. बाद में MF हुसैन वगैरह कितने सारे पेंटर्स हैं. ओके. तो चलो देखो, फॉबिज्म बेसिकली या व्हाटएवर आई हैव रिटन, these notes are culled from the social media, just like you guys. Okay. It's not from my own apna brain or knowledge. Okay. I'm also not knowledgeable about so knowledgeable about paintings or Western paintings or Indian paintings, but I have a kind of interest. So these discussions are also enlightening me as much as they are enlightening you. Okay. So I've jotted down these certain points and I'll give my interpretation. For example, Fauvism is the first 20th century movement in modern art. This is a very important line. This is the first 20th century modern art. Till the end of 19th century, the tendency was to draw realistic paintings. Even the Impressionists, as I was talking yesterday, Impressionists or the post-Impressionists, so drawing realistic paintings. But dhire, the form was becoming more important than the content. When I say the form was becoming more important than the content, मतलब content तो है, चलो एक landscape painting है, लेकिन form मतलब the colors which are being used, the way they are being used. So you're being made conscious about the brush strokes and all. Okay. So dhire, the form was getting more importance over the content. So Fauvism was the first, the art movement in the 20th century, beginning of the 20th century. Which actually we can call it the first modern art movement, which was inspired by the post-impressions like Van Gogh, Paul Gauguin, Seurat, Paul Cézanne. Okay, and they were, of course, derogatively they were called the wild beasts because the critics could not make any sense. Ye kya picture bana diya, kind of. Okay. So Matisse was the leader of this thing, Woman with the Hat. If you look at his painting called The Woman with the Hat, which is drawn in 1905, okay, the colors which are being used, so somebody had written, Varsala or somebody, I don't remember who, अच्छा point out किया कि colors, sky का color blue होना चाहिए ना, face का color brown या whatever should be the skin color. ऐसा नहीं है, color, the sky is red, the face is something, something else. So the splash of colors, bold brush strokes, okay, intense colors, which were not representational. मतलब जैसा होना चाहिए natural दुनिया में वैसा नहीं है. Okay, the colors are something else. Okay. So third point अगर तुम देखोगे, characterized by intense color, एक vibrancy है. The colors which were being used, the way they were being used, उसमें एक vibrancy है. The brilliantly, just read the bold lines. They were pure, brilliant colors, aggressively applied straight from the paint tubes to create a sense of, it gives you a sense of explosion on the canvas. The colors are exploding on the canvas. Okay, they're not like muted or mixed together. They're calling attention to themselves, and that too in a very so-called unrealistic manner. Okay, so yeah, just scroll down a little. Point number 4. The radical goal, उद्देश्य जिसे हम लोग बोलते हैं, was separating color from its descriptive representational purpose. मतलब sky generally blue होता है, तो sky हम लोग blue color नहीं करेंगे, red करेंगे, yellow करेंगे, purple करेंगे. So the color is being separated from its descriptive or representational purpose. I've always been stressing on the word representational. So ये 20th century का beginning से, Fauvism is the first movement. वहाँ पे धीरे all these paintings, movement started becoming less and less representational and more abstract. Fauvism is the first movement of its kind. Okay, so and allowing it to exist on the canvas as an independent element. Independent element, मतलब the form is now gaining more importance. over the content. Content is the subject matter. Okay, तो ये जो artist लोग हैं, content of course is important, लेकिन form is your application of the color, the way you are using lines, the way you are using perspectives, that is called the form. Okay, so जैसे कि over the representation or realistic values. So representation or realistic values are no longer important. It's moving away from realistic representations.
Ranjan,
bolo.
I want to ask one thing. This has been quite a discussion I have been following here and there, and myself also. Is the form different from style?
देखो, style is individual. Style is individual in the sense that there are 5 members in the group. Okay, all of them are experimenting with the form. All of them have a lot of common, elements which they are doing or not doing. जैसे कि Italian Neorealist अगर film movement देखोगे, there were 6 or 7 Italian Neorealist filmmakers, Vittorio De Sica, Rossellini, वगैरह वगैरह, है ना? तो they had a common agenda. We will not cast stars, will not shoot inside studios, will shoot in real locations. Our characters will be working class characters. So these elements define the form of the Italian Neorealist film movement. But the styles were different. Vittorio De Sica's style was different from Rossellini. Rossellini's style was different from some Visconti. Okay, so style is individual. Okay, and form is basically something you might say universal, but it's a common agenda.
Common agenda that like here what we are discussing is that they would be standing out, the colors would be standing out.
तो common कोई भी tradition में, उसीलिए हम लोग tradition बोलते हैं ना. Any tradition is defined by certain common elements. So all the artists are engaged in those practicing those common elements, but still there's a difference between the different styles. जैसे मोहम्मद रफी और किशोर कुमार कंटेम्पोररी आर्टिस्ट है, सिंगर्स है, दोनों ही गाना गा रहे हैं, रोमांटिक गाना दोनों ही गा रहे हैं, लेकिन किशोर कुमार का स्टाइल और मोहम्मद रफी का स्टाइल बहुत ही डिफरेंट है.
ठीक
है ना? अच्छा, so ये तो गया. So what I'm trying to say is कि that these paintings, Fauvism, they started this calling attention to the form, to the colors. Color देख, color का application देख, कितना bright है देख, non-representational है देख. Subject important है, but more important is the form, and how the form is basically underlining the subject. Okay, so that is very very important. ऐसा नहीं कि subject matter या content important नहीं है, content important है, लेकिन ये हमारा personal interpretation है कि sky को हम लोग, मैं blue नहीं देख पाता, जब मैं sky की तरफ देखता हूँ तो sky मुझे red लगता है. That's my personal vision. So I'll not paint the sky blue. I'll paint the sky bright red or bright yellow or whatever, which actually does not represent the actual sky, but it represents my take, my emotions. How I look at the sky. समझ में आ रहा है? So, and of course the Fauvists painted directly from the nature. वो भी है, just like the Impressionists had before them. And they are precursor to Cubism and Expressionism. Cubism and Expressionism, all these are modern movements. Na? Cubism bolo, Dadaism bolo, Expressionism bolo. Okay, and all these movements came later, not much later, came dhire dhire. So Fauvism was the first movement of its kind, the first movement which happened in the early 20th century, which spearheaded the other movements. Spearheaded matlab, it triggered the other. Every movement is basically influencing the other movement. Okay, and at the same time, the next movement is moving away from the previous movement. Though it's inspired by the Surrealists were inspired by the Dadaists, but there were a lot of common elements, of course, but there were also a lot of differences between the Cubists and the Surrealists and the Dadaists. Okay, so just go down a little. धीरे धीरे हम लोग अपना पेंटिंग में जो एब्स्ट्रैक्शन जो होता है ना, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट पेंटिंग जिसे हम लोग बोलते हैं, धीरे धीरे यहीं से शुरू होता है. Of course, the other significant artists, there are a lot of names which we not repeat, but the most important is this guy Georges Braque. Georges Braque, who was also a part of the Cubist movement, he was actually a part of this particular movement, Fauvism. Okay, he started his career as a Faubist painter, but later he became a Cubist painter. Okay, so Faubism has a direct influence on Cubism. Okay, now let's go down. Now Cubism. Cubism was again, was one of the most. Cubism came after. Sometimes they overlap. Most of the times they actually overlap. Okay, these are not distinct categories. These are not airtight compartments. कोई भी movement ऐसा नहीं है कि यहाँ से शुरू हुआ. देखो movement यहाँ से आज से शुरू हुआ. ये डेट को खत्म हुआ. ये सब critics बाद में analyze करते हैं. An artist consciously does not figure out the dates. An artist does not consciously figure out the period 1902 से 1900. ये काम किसका है? Critics लोगों का है. And it comes after, in retrospective. Retrospective में जो हो जाता है, when you look back, when you see those movements in a certain context, only then we figure out these elements. Okay. Anyway, so Pablo Picasso and Georges Braque, they created this movement called the Cubism in Paris between 1907 and 1914. Okay, and जैसे कि the most famous, Le Demoiselle d'Avignon. Demoiselle मतलब woman, lady. Avignon is a city, painted by Picasso in 1907. Presaged the new style. Presaged मतलब started. In this work, the forms of 5 female nudes become fragmented angular shapes, geometric forms. मतलब क्या है? I've got a fantastic book which is out of print, Sahitya Academica, which was published. This thing that I have is from 1981. Okay, written by Sachidananda Sinha. He was a politician basically, but he was also a great art critic. This book, unfortunately, is not available, but I consider myself a lucky guy who has got this book. Okay, वहाँ से next paragraph देखो, paragraph 3. I'll read the paragraph 3. Just scroll down a little, Naresh. It's taken from there. The aim of the Cubists was to paint conceptual image of an art object. Conceptual matlab, which is not, it's just a concept. You're drawing a concept, not a real thing. That is presenting the various facets of the object simultaneously, rather than as they look from one fixed point. हम लोग जब भी पेंटिंग देखते हैं एक फिक्स पॉइंट से देखते हैं ना, the single point of view. But Cubists ने क्या किया? There's no one single fixed point of view. They're showing you simultaneously different points of views. That is why if they're trying to show simultaneously different points of views, they have to break the face or break the figure into blocks or cubes. It assumes a geometric proportion, an element. So they broke the surfaces of the objects in planes which were spread in various angular patterns near the surface of the pictures. Along with the object, the space enclosing them too was similarly flattened out. There's a foreground or background, they merged together. There's an element of 2-dimensionality. There's no longer an element of 3-dimensionality. Okay, just scroll down a little. Yeah. So again, the Cubists rejected the inherited concept that art should copy nature. No, it should not copy nature. We are reinterpreting nature. So they emphasized the 2-dimensionality of the canvas. So they reduced and fractured objects into geometric forms. Okay, realign them within a shallow space. Shallow space matlab, which does not have depth, where the foreground and the background blended. They also used multiple or contrasting vantage points. वो तो हम लोग अभी discuss किया ही. That is a very important element. कि देखो, multiple or contrasting vantage points from different points of view, not a fixed point of view. So it is fractured into geometric forms. There's no 3-dimensionality. The foreground and the background, they merge together, they blend together. The element of 2-dimensionality. Okay, and this is very important. Point number 6. They simplified their color schemes to nearly a monochromatic scale. But they were not. This happened. There are two stages to the movement: analytic cubism and synthetic cubism. So analytic cubism, which was the initial stage of the movement, they used monochromatic scale, like the hues of tan, brown, gray, cream, green, or blue were preferred in order. They were not brightly colored. Why they were using monochromatic scale? So as not to distract the viewer from the artist's primary interest. And what was that interest? The structure of form itself, the cubes, the geometric patterns, the flattening of the 3-dimensionality. Look at the form, look at the structure of the form. तुम ज़्यादा color वगैरह करोगे तो तुम्हारा ध्यान maybe वहीं पे चला जाएगा. See, that is why they used monochromatic color scheme. Okay, So the monochromatic color scheme was suited to the presentation of the complex multiple points of view, which was reduced to overlapping, opaque, and transparent. So there's a lot of overlapping also. ऐसा नहीं कि each block was distinct from the other block. No, sometimes these blocks overlap. Most of the time, actually, most of the times they overlapped. Okay. And what were the favorite motives? Motives, what are the elements that they use repeatedly? Motive is something which you use repeatedly, which occurs again and again. You know, musical motive hota hai, screenplay mein motives hota hai, element. So what are the motives which you get? The instruments, musical instruments you will find, bottles you will find, pictures you will find, glasses you will find, newspapers and human face, and figures you will find. Okay. So तो दो phases हैं, एक है analytic cubism और एक है synthetic cubism. Synthetic cubism में क्या है? They merged, they started using bright colors. Okay, that is one major difference between synthetic cubism and analytic cubism. Okay, and point number 9, the influence of Dadaism, Surrealism, as well as the artists pursuing abstraction in Germany, Holland, Italy, England, US. It had a major influence. So Cubism paved the way. Last, again, I'm repeating, for non-representational art. It's not naturalistic art. It is not realistic art anymore. It is non-representational, non-figurative. Figurative is another word. Non-figurative. Figurative matlab likeness, realism. Photo camera, camera records a reality exactly the way it is. Okay, it's representational, it's figurative. All these modern movements were non-figurative or non-representational. By putting new emphasis on the unity between a depicted scene and the surface of the canvas. मतलब scene जो तुम्हें दिखाई दे रहा है और surface of the canvas, उसके अंदर एक new unity, एक new dialectics बन रहा है, which is not representational, which is absolutely, tending towards the abstract. Okay. चलो अभी romanticism में चले जाते हैं. Romanticism, of course, is an earlier movement. Okay, romanticism stressed on the emotions rather than the reason or the order. Okay, so romanticism emerged at a point. 18th century in Europe was known as the Age of Enlightenment. What is the Age of Enlightenment? Age of Enlightenment, people in Europe became very, very rational. They started challenging standard concepts which they had learned from the Bible. The earth is static and the sun moves around the earth. For the first time, in the Age of Enlightenment, they wanted to look at things in a very scientific manner, in a very rational manner, in a very logical manner. They challenged the Christian concepts. The earth is actually moving. The earth is not static. Similarly, I'm giving you a random example. So whatever they looked at, whatever they experienced, they wanted to apply logic. They wanted to apply some kind of a rational. Okay. So the Romantics, revolted against this. The Romantics, emphasized the emotional, the sentimental, okay, over the rational. Okay. So they stressed on the senses and the emotions, not simply reason and order. Okay. So the artists emphasized that sense and emotions, not simply reason and order, were equally important means of understanding and experiencing the world. Okay. सिर्फ rationally तुम देखो मत. Okay, अपना दिल जो है, दिल को पूरा फ्री रेन दे दो, दौड़ने दो दिल को अपना. ठीक है, बी इमेजिनेटिव, बी इंट्यूटिव. देखो ये सब चीजें सूरियलिज्म भी बोल रहा है 200 साल बाद या 150 साल बाद. लेकिन रोमांटिसिज्म इज द फर्स्ट, मतलब ह्यूमन बीइंग इज लाइक एन वाइल्ड एनिमल. दैट इज अ रोमांटिक कॉन्सेप्ट. ह्यूमन बीइंग इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द नेचर. ही इज अ नेचुरल ह्यूमन बीइंग. वो नंगा दौड़ेगा जंगल में, उसको कपड़ा पहनने का जरूरत नहीं है. That is the image of a romantic hero. He is wild. He will not follow any a pattern which is defined by logic or rationality. Okay, so point number 4 तुम अगर देखोगे, it emphasizes the individual, the subjective, the irrational, the imaginative, the personal, the spontaneous, the emotional, the visionary, and the transcendental. Transcendental मतलब transcend करो, पागलपन करो. Pagalpana, they were pagalpana matlab not madness in the psychological or the medical sense of the term. Pagalpana matlab bindas, man, karo, tum daru piyo, nanga doro, you are the hero, you are the center of the earth.
जैसे रंजन, I'll just interrupt in between. जैसे poetry जो रही है, songs जो रहा है, ये चांद सी महबूबा हो मेरी तुम, तो ये this is a romanticism in a poetry basically.
Yeah.
But they try to do the similar thing in a painting in a different way.
Exactly. देखो ये जो movement है ना, it was not restricted to painting, हाँ, it was, you know, it was represented in literature. Romantic poets Wordsworth, Shelley, Keats, Byron, the great romantic poets from England. Okay, and then there were painters. It influenced music, and it influenced criticism, literary criticism, and it also influenced, you know, the study of history, historiography हम लोग बोलते हैं. Okay, so they stressed, emphasized on spontaneity. Sufism पता है ना, Sufism is a branch of Islam. Okay, जहाँ पे तुम नाचो यार, नाचो मतलब तुम एकदम सब कुछ भूल जाओ, तुम नाचो अपना बिंदास होके, मस्त होके नाचो. That is a very romantic notion. ठीक है, मतलब dig out the wildness in you. हाँ, बाउल तुम बोल, शशांक ने बताया, like बाउल, मतलब बाउल, I cannot say बाउल is a romantic movement, but it has that romantic elements. ठीक है. Okay, so जैसे point number 5 में देखोगे, the heightened examination of human personalities, mood and mental a preoccupation with the genius. इंसान जो है वो ordinary बंदा नहीं है, वो genius है, वो पागल है, वो पागल को genius बोल रहा है, वो hero है, hero not in the bravery sense of the term कि वो अकेला sword लेके 10 बंदे को मार देगा, वैसा heroic नहीं, वो पागल है, वो genius है, वो heroic है, the exceptional figure in general and a focus on his passions and inner struggles. Okay, this is the way they looked at the individual. Okay, so yeah, just go down. So the last couple of lines in this particular point are very important, because I'll just read out the lines. A new view of the artist as a supremely individual creator. Artist B is a supremely individual creator whose creative spirit is more important than strict adherence to formal rules and traditional procedures. No, formal rules, traditional procedures, bhar mein jaye, and emphasis upon imagination as a gateway to transcendental experience, you know, and spiritual truth. Striving towards some kind of a spiritual truth. Spiritual truth ka matlab God ya religion nahi yahan pe. You know, something more than what your daily existence. An obsessive interest in our folk culture, national and ethnic cultural origins is very, very important. Okay, and the medieval era, a predilection for the exotic, the remote, the mysterious, the weird, the occult, the monstrous, the diseased, and even satanic. Okay, so these are the emotions which they emphasized in poetry, in paintings, in music, and any other branches of human knowledge. Okay, so now once you apply these features, ये जो features के बारे में बता रहा था मैं, ये general features है. Now once you apply them to visual arts, you know, so and you look at the paintings, जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा है, the 1760s and 1770s, a number of British artists at home and in Rome also, there are a lot of names, began to paint subjects that were at odds with the strict decorum and classical, historical, mythological subject matter of the conventional figurative art. मतलब conventional figurative art जो था, you know, which defined the classical period, the classical mode of artistic expression, they went against that. These artists favored themes that were bizarre, pathetic not in the negative sense of the term, or extravagantly heroic, and they define their images with tersely linear drawing and bold contrasting of light and shade. These are the visual elements. These are the forms that they play with. William Blake and other principal early romantic painters in England evolved their own powerful and unique visionary images. Go down. यहाँ पे देखो famous English romantic landscapes है, J.M.W. Turner है, John Constable है, इन लोग का pictures तुम देखो, their paintings of landscapes are very common. You'll find in the social media. I'm not getting into details. एक चीज है, देखो point number 9, just scroll on a little, कि जहां तक लैंडस्केप का सवाल है ना, यहाँ पे बहुत जो रोमांटिक आर्टिस्ट है, दे जनरली ड्रू लैंडस्केप्स एंड ऑल. सो यहाँ पे दो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स थे. एक है वर्क्स बेस्ड ऑन close observation of the landscape as well as the sky and the atmosphere. You know, they played a very important role. The atmosphere elevated the landscape painting to a new, more respectful level. While some artists, now look at the bold lines that have, you know, while some artists emphasize humans at one with and a part of nature, matlab in harmony with nature. There's no conflict between the man and the nature, because man is also wild like nature. That is one aspect of romantic painting. Whereas there's another aspect of romantic painting where the nature is so powerful and unpredictable that it overwhelms the individual. The man is at the mercy of nature. You know, it evokes a feeling of so and mercy of the nature matlab that unpredictability and that that exaggerated, the dangerous view of nature is actually a very sublime feeling. There are a lot of romantic artists who thought कि अगर मैं मर जाऊं ना, अगर मैं समुद्र में जा रहा हूं, समुद्र में एक हरिकेन आता है और मैं मर जाऊं, that is a very sublime feeling, that is an extreme form of romanticism. मैं मरना चाहता हूं, there's an awe mixed with terror. They welcome that awe, they welcome that terror. Okay, so there are either you are in harmony with the nature, or you accept the power of nature that actually it can screw you. Okay, and there are a lot of images and paintings which are drawn. यहाँ पे dates भी डाल दिया, late 18th and early 19th century, the recurrence of images of shipwrecks and other representations of man's struggle against the awesome power of nature. This was a recurring motive in a lot of paintings. Shipwreck का ऊपर बहुत सारे paintings बने हैं. Okay, just go down a little. Yeah. So that is all basically. So romantic is basically romantic जो attitude है, it emphasizes the wildness in the man. कि man is wild, man is not gentleman. Gentleman मत बनो, नंगा घूमो, दारू पियो, नेचर में जाके मस्ती करो, नाचो, गाओ, धूम मचाओ, ठीक है ना? Move away from the accepted bourgeois sensibilities. Try to try to trigger the wildness in you, the man, because man is basically a wild animal. Man is heroic not in the war sense of the term. Okay, man is natural. Man is the superhuman being. Superhuman being, not in the comic sense of the term. Okay, so trigger those emotions. जैसे किसी ने बाउल बोला, तुमने बाउल बोला, किसने बाउल बोला, सूफिज्म बोलो, नरेश ने रोमांटिक सॉन्ग्स के बारे में बोला. Okay, so these are the emotions that are emphasized in the romantic temperament. बंदा बहुत रोमांटिक है. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, बंदा बहुत रोमांटिक है का मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि he keeps on falling in love with girls. उसका पूरा attitude towards दुनिया is very romantic. Clear है? Any questions you want to ask? Nature is a very important element in the romantic sensibility. Being one with the nature, or in not exactly conflict, or being awed by the devastation that nature causes. ब्रिटिश पेंटर्स का, बहुत सारे ब्रिटिश पेंटर्स इंडिया में भी आए थे वो टाइम में, 18th century. I think Turner and all these people, Constable, they came to India and drew a lot of Indian landscapes. तुम्हें मिलेंगे सोशल नेटवर्क में, तुम्हें इनके रोमांटिक, ब्रिटिश रोमांटिक पेंटर्स जो है, इंडियन लैंडस्केप्स के पेंटिंग्स तुम्हें मिलेंगे. Anything more that you want to know, or any queries that you might have?
इसको कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ लीजिए, then we will wrap it up. और एक आदमी ने बोला था कि जो है कुछ कोई भी क्वेश्चन है आप वो अगर उसी टाइम इमीडिएटली आप चैट में डाल देंगे तो याद रहता है आपको. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड टुमारो इज द संडे, सो मॉर्निंग एमएसक्यू वाला थोड़ा सा पार्ट करेंगे. 2 नए पेंटर्स का डिस्कशन होगा, मतलब उसकी पेंटिंग्स का. और why I am emphasizing painting this particular year is because last year का जो पैटर्न रहा है उसके हिसाब से मैं थोड़ा सा चलता हूँ. तो पिछले साल तुम लोगों का नहीं आया पेंटिंग, तो इस साल आएगा, ध्यान रखना. एक साल छोड़ के धोखा देते हैं वो लोग. पिछले साल सिनेमेटोग्राफी वालों को धोखा दिया है, तो अब की बार डायरेक्शन के लोगों को आएगा. चलो, so
okay, चलो, see you. हाँ. So we'll meet on Monday, huh? We're meeting on Monday.
Monday evening.
हाँ. Okay.
Those who want to mark the attendance, they can do it. Those who already have left, there is no problem. So that's it. Thanks, Ranjan. We'll connect.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah.
Tomorrow morning I'll send you the question.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. तो ठीक है, 7-8 लोग ही बचे हैं, तो it's fine, not a problem. Okay, great. So we'll wrap up now, and that's it.